Hey, good morning. So we're out here today for a pretty special day for us. We've come out to Niagara Falls. We're on the Canada side. The US is currently closed, land border crossings. But first up today, it's going to be a busy day. So this video is probably going to end up being split into 2 or 3 parts because we've got so many attractions. But our first attraction is the Skylon Tower. Now, at the very top here, this looks right over the falls, so this is going to be absolutely fantastic. We're going to go all the way up. There's lifts. If this here that you can see, that's a lift. Oh, here we go. He's coming down. Has he stopped halfway, or is he still coming? No, he's still coming down. So that's how you get up and down. So that's a pretty freaking cool lift. So we've got lots planned today. We're actually going to go to the falls itself later. We've got boat into the basically into the falls, so that's going to be really wet and messy. But we've got so much planned and it's so exciting. So if you do enjoy the video throughout, give us a thumbs up. I do appreciate it. It does really help me out a lot. And if you could hit the subscribe button, the bell icon, to be notified when we post all new videos, that'll be fantastic. Let's go up top and see the falls. Wow, it's so high. That's so cool. So we've got observation decks at the top, 236 meters up, sorry, 775 feet. Whew. You can also do revolving dining, that's cool. So in the bottom of the Skylon Tower, they've actually got a pretty huge arcade as well. It's closed at the moment because of the current restrictions here in Canada. But we've got a little bowling alley. We've got all kinds of arcade games. Oh my goodness. They've got the old school Star Wars one. The pod racing. Look at this. This is pod racing. It's so cool. So tickets for the experience today up at the Skylon Tower are 14 Canadian dollars each plus tax. Maybe slightly cheaper online because we only paid $29 for both of us. And I think tax is a little bit more than that, but saying that, we're so close to the American border. Is it duty free? We don't know. But anyway, $29 for 2 of us. We just had our picture taken in front of a green screen. Those are the pictures behind us, so you're going to have the scared ones where you look over the falls and things like that. I really wanted to take one where I'm pushing Becky over the falls, but we're going to go up the top of the Skylon now. Really cool vibe here. It kind of feels like the Strat Tower in Las Vegas. It's got a similar vibe to it at the moment, but this should be quite cool. Look at that. Look how cool it looks. Obviously, it's not actually in the falls, but yeah. Oh my goodness! Wow. So our first view of the falls. Oh goodness. Look at that. Scary. What an amazing view this is. Look at the mist coming off. It's incredible. I think this is customs here and the border crossing on the bridge, basically, because that's the US there. You've got boats going down. You can see these. So those boats will then go right up into the falls. Now, part 1. But the part that you will wait for is that. And my goodness, what a view that is. mist is amazing. It's a beautiful day today as well, so you've got this awesome reflection coming off. You've got a full observation deck, 360 all the way around. A couple of gift shops inside, which are really cool as well. Real, obviously Niagara Falls merchandise. So we're going to get ourselves a magnet. And got Canada over there behind us. Got the wheel. Look at these guys. They must be getting completely soaked. We are going to do that later, but we did bring a poncho, or I brought a poncho. Becky brought her coat, so one of us is probably going to get soaked. It's probably going to be me. The poncho will lift up Marilyn Monroe style and just get me anyway. But this is such a cool view. If you can come up the Skylon, I mean, it's $14 per person is ridiculously cheap. So really, I would suggest just doing it for the sake of doing it. It takes only really 20 minutes up here, to be honest, because everything you want to see is there. That's the only view you really want up here. You don't care about the other side. But we will go around there and have a look and see what's there. Look, they're going all the way inside. Look how close they're getting. Because that mist, they are getting completely drenched. So that's about where they go. Going a little bit further forward, probably about another 10 meters forward, and then they'll begin to turn around, give everybody a full 360-degree view, and come back out again. Give you a full 360-degree view. On the inside of the windows, they've got all of the sights and sounds that you normally see at these observation points. So that is just called Niagara Falls Casino. You've got Heartland Forest, which, I mean, it doesn't look like a forest. Maybe it's that over in the back. Alandrug Bridge. Again, we can't actually see that. I mean, I'll put my glasses on maybe. Okay, so we've got a museum that'll probably give you a little bit more information about how the falls were formed. You got a hospital, tourist site. Brock University, Lake Ontario. That's Lake Ontario right in the back there. Lake Ontario is so big it just looks like you're out to sea. It's windier here, windier this side. I was expecting it to be windier closer to the falls. But that's pretty much the full 360 degree. That's awesome. I wonder if they've had any rock crumbling from the edge here because of the erosion of the falls. I wonder if this man-made road that they built, or the path that they built around the edge there, has ever sort of collapsed or anything. They've had to bring it in. That's what you see happening by the sea, isn't it? When somebody's, I shouldn't be laughing at this because that's somebody's house and whatnot, but they've got their house by the sea and it just crumbles into the ocean. So I wonder if that kind of stuff happens here. So we got our gift shop here inside the Skylon Tower. You've got a lot of, obviously, Niagara merchandise. A lot of Canadian maple syrup merchandise as well. So, oh, maple syrup cream cookies. Might have to buy some of that. Placemats, postcards. So we've got a lot of clothes. And then you've got your mugs and your magnets, your key rings, all that kind of thing. So you've definitely got a lot of cool merchandise here. So we finished at the top of the Skylon Tower. We're now off to the Table Rock Visitor Centre. As said, the opener of the video, we've got a lot of stuff planned for today. We're only in Niagara for one day, so back in the car, off to the next attraction, and hopefully we'll learn some really cool facts about how Niagara was formed. So our next attraction today is the Table Rock Welcome Centre. Now the Welcome Centre itself is free of charge. You can do add-on things around this area, journey behind the falls, and just down here is the power station as well. That's like the hydroelectric power station that was created by Sir Henry Pellet. So the tickets for the power station and the journey behind the falls were $37 per person, so for us $74 for two of us, which actually isn't that bad a price. $74 works out about 50 to 55 pounds. So you're in a catchment area, you want to do these things, that's actually a pretty good deal. So we're going to go inside here, learn a bit of information about the falls, head on up to the power station and learn some information about how the power is generated from the falls themselves, and hopefully get some good info out of this. Table Rock Centre to the falls. So in the Table Rock Centre, as you come in, surprisingly at the beginning you've got the gift shop. You've got some beautiful prints here. They're not too bad actually. Get them in the tube below for $100. Whole host of clothing, merchandise, things like that. More maple syrup, obviously. More Niagara Falls merchandise, magnets. We've got Journey Behind the Falls, Table Rock Shop, and journey to the Welcome Centre, the restaurant and the patio. Here in the Welcome Centre, we've got some pretty amazing views. We're going to be down there in just a second anyway, but just show you guys it here from the top. Absolutely phenomenal. I'm going to have to switch to the GoPro in a minute, so the sound might be a little bit naff, but hopefully you guys can still hear everything I'm saying. You can get a number of different passes here. They all kind of cross over though. All of them include Journey Behind the Falls. You can do the Falls Pass, the Adventure Pass. Bit of an issue in our planning for the day. We're doing the Whirlpool Aero Car, we're doing the Whitewater Walk. They close at between 4 and 4:20. That's the last things. And we're supposed to be on the boat at 4 o'clock, so hopefully we can get all this done. So we're doing Journey Behind the Falls now. And as you can see, we're in tunnels that go right underneath the falls, and as it says, go behind the falls. So this looks really awesome. It's gonna be cool. Famous visitors: Henry Truman, Marilyn Monroe, JFK, Princess Diana, William and Harry in 1991. Erosion, this is what I wanted to see. Since the mid-1900s, the volume of water flowing along Niagara has been controlled. So the lower layers of shale, sandstone has stopped and they erode more quickly than the top layers. The falls wasn't always at this location. Oh wow, the brink of the falls has slowly moved down south by about 7 miles from its original position at the Niagara escarpment near the village of Queenston. Wow. So we're right behind the falls at the moment. You can't see anything because the falls are so thick. Oh, wow. Oh. That is insane. It's sunny. That's crazy sunny. What an incredible view this is. God. Oh my goodness. Wow. Look at that. It is just incredible. Feels like we've been showering. Because I guess we have. We have been showering with this. It's insane. So we're right at the bottom of the falls at the moment. We've got the journey behind the falls. And interestingly, Becky was just showing me, she just had a text from EE saying welcome to the USA. So we're connecting to USA mobile signals over here because we're so close. That over there, which you can see, is the USA. Incredible. This is like bucket list experience for me. This is awesome. We're going to go on a boat later. You see the boats over there. They come just sort of around here, turn around, and then head back. I don't even know if we need to. You've got to do that because you're here, but you don't need to. Just do this. If you want to save a bit of money, I think that's like $40. Just come and do the journey behind the falls. You get some really amazing shots here. You feel like you've been in a shower. That's the whole point of this, I suppose. Such an incredible experience. I'm so happy that we got to do that behind the falls attraction. We ticking off bucket list items there, in my opinion. I'm very happy with that. Our next item of the day is going to be in the Niagara Falls power station. Now this is one of 2 times that we are here today because they do a light show in the evening. So this should explain to us how all the power is generated. So there's a lot of hydroelectric power over on the falls. They're going to harvest that energy and use that to power maybe the town. Maybe there's enough there to power Toronto or New York. You never know. We're going to find out, hopefully. So we're here in the power station, as you can see. Wow. That's gonna be cool. That's not down, that's not ready yet, but this is the tail race experience. Travel down 180 feet in a glass-walled elevator. That's coming in 2022, so a bit sad that we can't do that now. You've got the ability to scan these QR codes to learn more as well, which is really a nice touch. Our culture is intertwined with the power of the falls. This wheel worked like an emergency parking brake to slow down the shaft, turn in beneath the generator. Similar to a drum brake of a car, the brake pads applied pressure to the spinning shaft to stop the moving unit. Whew. One powerful brake, I imagine. These original floor grills are over 100 years old, and they were used on the main floor of the power station to cover stairwells, the underground areas. They provided airflow and sight lines to the equipment on the decks below. So typically you'd be able to see down Tesla. So how did Nikola Tesla's idea pave the way for hydroelectricity? Nikola Tesla is credited as the inventor of some of the world's most revolutionary breakthroughs in science and engineering. In this zone, we find out how his work changed the future of electricity and discover some of his most incredible innovations today. So he's a Serbian from Croatia, in what was then the Austrian Empire. So he worked at Thomas Edison's company. He struggled with many personal quirks throughout his life that today may be recognized as behaviors consistent with obsessive compulsory disorder. He was known to perform tasks repeatedly, often in multiples of 3, and have hypersensitivities to smell, sound and vibrations. In his autobiography, he also recorded experiencing flashes of light that would bring images and ideas to him. Despite seeking help from many medical professionals, nobody could ever determine the cause. What a strange, strange man. So we're right on the Niagara River now. See the mist just over there over the other side of the bridge. That's the falls themselves. So this power plant was closed down probably about 15 years ago now, but this was generating at one point enough power for a lot of the province, and also they sent some over to New York because that needed more. Becky's just turned off all the electricity. Alright, we'll turn it back on. We're feeling kind. So it was generating enough power at one point that they were sending some of it over the border to Buffalo, New York. So that was, more was needed over there. So this shows you what the plant, like how it was made, what it was made of, what it was made from.
12 stories beneath the plant.
Oh, crikey. This gives you an idea. That's where we are at the moment, at the top. And then it goes all the way down there. So that gives you an idea of what's under our feet right now. That was a pretty cool experience, wasn't it? Learning about all the power generation here at Niagara Falls and harvesting the natural energy that you've got. Why not? So we actually thought, we went to Casa Loma yesterday, but be a separate video. I'll put a link up in the top corner so you guys can go and check out the Casa Loma video. Really suggest that you do, and if you get an opportunity to go there, honestly do. But they were talking there about how Sir Henry Pellet, the person that owned Casa Loma, was a big fancy pants businessman over here in Toronto, and basically he had the idea of building these power plants. Now we thought this was the one that he built, but it turns out it wasn't. Now he's got one just down the road a little bit further. That's been completely gutted and decommissioned now. It's no longer in existence, but we thought that's what this was. These are all owned now by the Niagara Parks Commission. This one's no longer in operation. They've got another couple that are still generating power, but they're generating at 60 hertz. This used to generate at 25 hertz, and it just did not work out. It wasn't cost efficient for them to have it be converted, because they'd have to send it one way, purchase it back. Didn't work out at all. So it was just determined that it'd be easier to shut it down. So next up on our attractions is the White Water Walk. Again, this is included as part of certain packages that you can buy. I showed you that earlier on in the video. Now this is right down along the river of Niagara. Whitewater Walk. So we're down 230 feet now. We just came down in an elevator from the top. I wonder if we're going under. I don't know if we are. I don't think so. Not going under the river, are we? Why would you do this?
That was the first person to sweep the English round to France. Right here.
Oh my goodness. Lots of people, their boats sank. Barrel riders down the river. I don't know why you'd want to do this, really. That's pretty powerful. Now, this is the Whitewater Walk, so you come out of the tunnel just over our shoulder, and you can walk all the way along the bottom of the gorge itself. So we're at the end of the Whitewater Walk. We've had a few facts as we've been coming along the boardwalk here. This just over our shoulder is the United States. That's New York State. So that's a protected park as well. So there is a fence just at the top. Doesn't actually look as kind of nice and touristy as this park does. So I don't know how good it'll be. But these whirlpools look really cool. Canada knows where it's at. They're really trying to take advantage of the nature here. They want to get as much money as possible, so they fit all these attractions in, so you can experience it all for yourself. So next up, we're going to go to the Whirlpool Aero Car, Niagara Falls. This is included as part of the package that we booked when we went on the Behind the Falls exhibit. You've got a few packages that you can do together there, build it all up. We're about 3 miles down the road from Niagara Falls itself. You've got this car that down here. You can go all the way across. Now you're still technically in Canada on the start and the end. But just as you cross over the border to the US. So the border to the US goes sort of halfway into the Whirlpool over here, and then back up the other end of the gorge. As you can see, the aero car's just going over now. So they're having a bit of mechanical issues with it, so we can't actually go in there. They're still testing it at the moment. We haven't got time to, unfortunately, go all the way across. But this is $17 per person to make the crossing there and back. They're not just going to leave you stranded with your car over here. But it's pretty cool. You've got the Whirlpool right down there in the centre. You can see all of the water getting churned up just here, and that's a whirlpool down there. So that's really deep down, and you can get stuck in there. You can have anything happen to you. You don't want to get stuck in there. You've had people try and do this whole river in a barrel, and it's ended very badly for them. But you notice how the colours change. It's a lot whiter where the water's naturally frothed up and churned. Hey, Future Lee here. We've had to split the Niagara day up into 2 parts here. The day was getting a little bit long. Obviously, we're there from very early in the morning. We're going to be there till very late at night, as you will see. But we're having an awesome time. I hope you guys are enjoying following along with this. So we started obviously at the Skylon Tower, which gives you fantastic bird's eye kind of views of Niagara Falls. Again, all from the Canadian side. You can see over into the USA, which is pretty cool. Then we head over to the Behind the Falls attraction. Again, that was really cool, being able to go down and see sort of right behind the Niagara Falls, and then getting those money shots there on the ledge. You got very wet, so we do recommend bringing along a poncho for that, because if you don't, you're going to feel like you've had a shower. But those two attractions are included on a ticket package that you can buy. You've also got the cable car that goes over the Whirlpool, and then you've got the white water walk as well. Now these are all, as I said, part of one ticket package if you would like to do that, as well as the power plant. Now the power plant is really interesting. You could spend 45-50 minutes in there reading all of those kind of attractions and things like that, and you'd have a good time. You'd really get an understanding of what this was all about. So you've got some other stuff coming up in the next part of the video, but hopefully you enjoyed this one. If you did enjoy it, appreciate it if you could give us a thumbs up. It does really help us out a lot, and it'd be great if you could hit that subscribe button, bell icon to be notified when we post all new videos. We'll see you on the other side. Thanks.